What is happening, good people of YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're back here, Farming Simulator 25. This is our Rags to Riches series here, episode 55. And I tell you what, we are on our way to the rope maker. The cotton that we have put into the rope maker has definitely paid off. We have 4 pallets of rope waiting for us. So definitely the rope maker produces way more rope if you have cotton in there as well as the wool. So this is going to be pretty exciting. If we can get $15,000 for each pallet, it's $60,000 in rope. That is going to put us at $243,000. And that is the exact amount of money, pretty much, that we need to buy the sugar mill or the Tailor Shop. Now, I did some thinking. We do have a lot of product that we are going to be selling in November, December, and January, and we're going to make a few $100,000 from that product. And I think that we should buy the sugar mill first. Now, I don't know where we're going to put it. That's going to be the big question, is where do we put the sugar mill? But I'm sure we'll find a place for it. And honestly, we have so many sugar beets that this thing's going to start churning out some sugar, and I'm really excited to make money with sugar. So we are heading to the rope maker. We're going to pick up our pallets of rope. We're going to try and sell them at the playground. Typically the playground is not going to take them if it's full. So if the playground doesn't work, then we'll find somewhere else to take the rope, maybe the farmer's market or someplace like that. Farmer's market seems to take all of our crap. And it is right on our farm, so we do have a good relationship with the people at the farmers market, so they can pay us more money for it. In between the last episode and this episode, I did some contract work. There were some huge contracts out there, $11,000 and $9,000 mowing contracts. There were some really big plowing contracts, and our bank account now up to $183,000, which is great. In the month of December, we are going to sell our red beets, and that is going to bring us probably around, I think it was like $40,000 from what we calculated. So with the sales of our rope, the selling of our red beets next month, and we still have almost a trailer full of silage to sell from the grass that we just cut. I mean, we're going to be able to buy that sugar mill. And then all of the lettuce that we sell in January, we're going to be well on our way to buying the Tailor Shop. And I'm imagining that sometime in the springtime, we're going to own the Tailor Shop. And also, I mean, there could be some vehicles and some equipment that comes available in the used vehicle market that we, have a fancy for, and we can fix up and sell. Lots of other contract opportunities are going to be available, I'm sure. We got the sawmill going. We got the goats. And everything is going our way. And it's looking like the springtime we're going to be able to have not only the sugar mill, but the Tailor Shop. So in this episode, the goal is to make enough money to buy the sugar plant and to, just kind of continue what we're doing. Put as much money in the bank as possible. After we do the rope, we're going to sleep to the second day of November, wait till about 10 o'clock in the morning. The silage is going to be ready to sell. We are going to sell that, and then we'll take a look at some prices. I think the red beets are best sold in December, but we'll take a look. I mean, if we can sell them the second day of November, then that's fine with us. But rope, the prices are on a decline right now, pretty sharp decline, so makes more sense to sell that right now, which is why we are headed to the rope maker as we speak. We're also going to have to think, I mean, the farm's not super big, but there's enough work to do where we definitely could use another tractor. I mean, I didn't think we were going to need one, but we could use another tractor, or perhaps the telehandler idea to help on Mount Kimchi to move those crates over to the actual processing plant. I'm sorry, they're not crates, they're pallets. All right, here we go. Let's disconnect this trailer. Let's go ahead and open up this side here. And let's get this rope and let's put the rope on the trailer. All right, here we go, coming up to the playground. Hopefully a couple of these will sell. Bam! Oh, they all sold. $75,291. My God, that is awesome. That's a lot of money for 4 pallets of rope. Good Lord. Tell you what, the people at this playground, they got some money to dish out, don't they? Wow, a lot more than I thought. We're gonna head back to the farm now. That's all we got to do for this first day of November. Now, we could cultivate a couple of the fields, but honestly that can wait. Doesn't have to be done now. Doesn't even have to be done in the month of November. I mean, we can do it in December if we want to, and we'll probably wait. Once we get back to the farm, we're going to sleep until the second day of November, and then we are going to probably wait until about 10 a.m. in game time, and we're going to sell our silage. All right, here we are. The second day in November is upon us. I tell you what, it's another beautiful fall day out here. Not too chilly. Got a little cloud cover in the sky. I mean, you can tell there's people inside the farmer's market. They're having a good day. Let's go take a closer look at who's in here and what are they wearing and what kind of weather's outside. Oh, look, we got twins. Look at this. We got twins here. It's the flannel shirt vest twins with the red-haired bun. Wow, look at this, 2 twins. Would you look at that? I mean, and then, oh my God. It's the hitman. It's the Russian hitman from a couple episodes ago. I bet he killed that jogger lady that was coming from her yoga class. Oh, who's he looking at here? Oh my God. We got a cowboy in here. Oh boy. All right, who's this guy looking at? He's just standing there. This is creepy, man. This is creepy, man. I think him and the cowboy guy, I think they're triangulating on the twins. You know what? We're getting out of here. I don't want to be a part of this. This does not seem right. I mean, bad things are happening at the farmer's market here in Riverbend Springs, and we don't want to have anything to do with it. Take a look at the used vehicle section. We have a Pottinger cultivator. This thing is 6 meters wide. It's 2 meters wider than the one that we have now. It is on sale for $16,500. It would definitely make cultivating jobs a little bit quicker and easier. 69% off. Ho ho. Taking a look at our cultivators. Honestly, we got one. The value's $4,000, and well, we could probably fix this up and paint it. I don't know. We could sell it for $6,000 or $7,000, maybe $8,000. Probably $6,000. So it would lessen the cost of the bigger cultivator. I mean, do we have the money for it? We got $257,000 right now, which, by the way, that's enough to buy the sugar mill. And perhaps that's a purchase we should make right now. Taking a look at the sugar mill. Could we put the sugar mill up here? Gosh, it would be really tough to get back around the back of it to get the actual sugar things, and it would still be kind of sitting on this hill up here. I don't really like the sugar mill way up there, but I don't mind it sitting over here. I mean, yeah, okay, there's a tree in the way, but I mean, we could just kind of put it like this. Who cares about that tree? That tree could go in the middle of the building. It's fine. All right, we're gonna save our game. Always save your game before building something in case you screw it up. And there it is. Look at the sugar mill. Man, this thing is super cool. And just sitting right here. And here's where we dump our sugar beets in. Look, this thing is a little ratty, and that is perfect. It's kind of sitting on some flat ground. This is a great spot for the sugar mill. We got the sugar mill and Mount Kimchi. And I tell you what, we got to put our sugar beets in here. Time to grab the trailer. I don't know how many trailer fulls we are going to have. I would imagine it's going to be, shoot, boy, probably 10. 10 trailers full of sugar beets are going to go into the sugar mill. Oh, this is super exciting. Now it leaves our bank account at $17,000, but the good thing is we're going to sell our silage in just a couple of hours, and then next month we're going to be selling some other stuff, and in January it's a great time because we get to sell all of our lettuce. All right, here we go. Loading up them sugar beets. And this is 18,500 liters of sugar beets in this trailer. Let's take it on over there. So if we have 18,500 liters of sugar beets, it's probably going to be 8 trailer fulls of sugar beets to go over into the sugar mill. Trying to figure out the best way to get up there. Kind of wonder if we can go up the back way here. Seems kind of easy. I mean, our tractor's got enough horsepower to pull this stuff. Well, let's do it. Here we go. Sugar beets going in the sugar mill. This is super exciting. Another milestone here in the series. Man, how cool is this? All right, now that the sugar beets are in there, we're not doing sugar cane. We're not doing sugar beet cuts. Although, I'm not really even sure how to do that and whether it's worth it. So we're just going regular sugar beets, and here we go. We're activating it. We're going to store it. Very cool. All right, we got to do this about 7 or 8 more times. Let's get it done.
Many months later.
All right, all the sugar beets are in the sugar mill. Let's take a peek at the sugar mill. 147,814 liters. Man, this thing holds 360,000 liters, so we could have another full field of sugar beets to fill up this sugar processing plant. All right, it's only 8:33 in the morning, so this is probably not done. 98%. Let's go ahead and crank up the time. All right, there we go. Time is cranking by. And we'll get this thing to about 10 o'clock, and then the silage should be ready. All right, there we go, 10 o'clock. All right, back to real time. The silage is ready. Let's go ahead and hop in the tractor. We'll pull this bale up onto the tractor. All right, there we go. About half a trailer full of silage bales. Man, missing one, so I don't know, maybe $24,000. Let's take a guess. We're gonna go $23,800. Let's see how close we are. Just like The Price is Right, without going over, can we get a close number here? All right, there they go. 21,804. Okay, well, I was off by a couple thousand. That's fine. Let's return the trailer down to the lower farm. We got our sugar beets going. We have sold our silage. Bank account now almost back up to $40,000, and that's great because we have some stuff that we are going to sell. We got our red beets. We're going to check the prices of red beets, see if we can't sell those right now. If we can sell them right now, then that would be amazing. Otherwise, we're just going to wait until December. We do have some other work we could do here in November. We have some fields that we have to cultivate. Again, not a big priority for us because we do have a couple months to get that done. All right, dropping off. Oh, look, we have another pallet of goat milk over here. That's pretty cool. Goat milk's got to wait a couple months. And we did knock our fertilizer spreader over. That kind of sucks. But such is life on the farm. So I don't think we have enough money to buy our the cultivator, the wider cultivator. I don't think it's worth it right now. Plus, I don't know, we don't use the cultivator a whole lot. We do some contract work with it. So we'll just kind of keep the one that we have for right now. All right, checking out the price of red beets. $402 at the farmer's market. I mean, we can get 10 more bucks per 1,000 liters. So it's probably another $300 that we'll get. for waiting another month. But you know what? Let's do it. Let's wait till December to sell the red beets. Looks like January is the time to sell our lettuce, so we can't sell that until then. Goat milk we could probably sell in January as well. It takes a little bit of a tick upwards. And fabric is the big one. But honestly, I don't know that we should sell our fabric. I mean, April's the time to sell the fabric. But I think we should wait because by then we're going to have the Tailor Shop and we're going to have a crap ton of fabric to put in there. Let's visit our spinneries. All right, here is this spinnery and we have two pallets of fabric here at this spinnery. And let's visit the other one. And here at this spinnery, oh, look at all this fabric. We have 7 pallets of fabric here, a total of 9 pallets of fabric here in between these two spinneries. I mean, that is pretty awesome. Take a look at the contracts, about $5,400 in plowing contracts and nothing else. So no contracts that we're gonna do. I did put grass into all of the sheep pens. So if we take a look at the sheep, they do have enough grass. The goats have water and they have grass, so they're good as well. Here we are up at the sawmill. We have a pallet of regular planks, and that is pretty good. And we could run over here and check the kimchi. Wow, check it out. 4 pallets of kimchi. How cool is that? We have 4,000 liters of kimchi in just 1 month. Yeah, and there's still a lot of material in here. I mean, this is pretty cool. Oh, you know, the other thing I didn't think of as well with the preserved food factory, we could make rice boxes. Now, from everything I've read, the rice box is a very, very profitable thing. So, yeah, rice boxes. We're gonna have to do that the next time we harvest our rice. We could also do preserved beetroots, but I just don't know. I'm just not sure what the profitability is in that. 100 red beets produce about 45 preserved beetroots, so it's about half. And if we take the price of beetroot at its highest, looks like about 1,700. Actually, right now, it's higher than the highest price it states. It says right now it's about 1,734 bucks. As far as the red beets go, jeez, I mean, honestly, we're gonna make more money selling preserved red beets. Yeah, I mean, to hell with selling the red beets. We're gonna go put them in the preserved food factory and make preserved red beets. I mean, it's a no-brainer, right? All right, we'll have to make a couple of trips here, but we're gonna put the red beets into the preserved food factory and we'll make the preserved red beets, jarred red beets, if you will. I mean, everybody likes to eat red beets out of a jar. Oh boy, probably not the smartest idea to bring the John Deere tractor with this big ass trailer full of red beets. This thing is struggling up the hill. All right, come on. It's like the little train that could. I think I can. All right, let's just go around the back side and we will dump these in here. The tree is conveniently in our way. And there we go. Dumping the red beets into the preserved food factory. That is pretty awesome. Taking a look at the price of kimchi, honestly, not that big of a difference between where it is now and the highest. 1,914 bucks is the low, but 1,980 bucks is only like a $66 difference if we wait a few months. So I think, honestly, we could probably sell the kimchi at any time throughout the year. All right, let's go get the other trailer full of red beets. We'll bring it back to the preserved food factory, and then we'll probably grab our wood planks and we can take the wood planks down to the playground to sell them. All right, well, we got our beetroots going, preserved beetroot in the preserved food factory, 78,000 liters in there. So hopefully that'll start bringing us some cases of jarred beets. We also went into our greenhouses for the kimchi ingredients, and we set all of that to distributing so that it can just send it right into the preserved food factory. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully that'll work out for us as well. That way we won't have to go over there and move the pallets. It'll just automatically move the stuff. Now I don't know what happens when it's full and, like, you know, it's full of stuff. Like, let's say there's no more chili peppers that can go over into the preserved food factory. What happens? I'm imagining they just stack up inside the greenhouse, and maybe once it gets too full, if it gets too full, then we can go change it to pallets. All right, let's knock that thing back over. We got to hook this thing up because we have some fields to fertilize. Even though it is winter time, we do have grass that's growing, and I know it's not going to be ready until March, I think, or April, but we still want to hit it with the fertilizer. So let's go ahead and turn the fertilizer spreader on. And let's go ahead and fertilize all of this grass right around here. Hopefully it works. I'm pretty sure that fertilizing it in December still works, even though the grass isn't doing anything. Let's get out and check. Yeah, fertilize at 100%. So we can go ahead and get back in the tractor and let's finish fertilizing these grass fields. All right, there we go. Grass fields are fertilized. Nothing else really needs to be fertilized. We can cultivate the 2 cotton fields and the sugar beet field in the month of December. Let's go ahead and put this fertilizer back. Gosh, trying to think what to do next. I think we have to move some of the wool. So we'll grab our auto load trailer. We're going to check on both of the spinneries and the rope maker. Rope maker can take about 6,000, and then the spinnery, this one can take about 7, maybe 6,000. This one can only take 3,000. So it looks like we need to, I don't know, 12, 15,000 liters of wool, because it is starting to stack up. Let's take a look over here. Yeah, there's only room for about 2 pallets left, and I think that's the case with most of these sheep pens. So we at least want to get a few of the pallets out of the way so that we can continue to store the wool that the sheep are making. All right, I tell you what we'll do. We are going to let's grab 3 pallets, maybe 4 pallets from each one. That way we'll have some room. Actually, these things have a little bit more room than I thought. All right, a little over 4 pallets from that one. And let's go ahead and do the same thing here. We'll take about 4 pallets. All right, those 2 are done. Let's go ahead down on the lower farm and we'll grab a few pallets of wool. And then we'll just load up these spinneries and the rope maker. And that'll be it for the month of November. We are ready to sleep into the month of December. And in the month of December, we're going to be cultivating and getting ready for the rest of the winter. All right, there we go. Good enough. 18,375 liters on board the auto load trailer. Let's go up to the far spinnery, and then we'll come back to the close spinnery, and then we will drive back down to the rope maker. And I think on the way to the rope maker, maybe we'll drop off our wood planks. Seems like that's a good combination of things to do, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. We'll have to just come back out here and swap out tractors. Yeah, month of December, cultivating time. And now, since we got the canned red beets going, I'm really thinking we should keep that little triangle field that we most recently bought. We should keep that as red beets. We'll have to take a look at the crop calendar and see if we can fit another harvest of grass there. And if we can't, that's fine. All right, less than 1,000 liters we can put in there, so that thing is filled up. Now let's go to the other spinnery. All right, there we go. Got about 10,000 liters left, and it's not all going to fit in the rope maker. So we're going to have to just kind of overload one of the spinneries, or maybe we'll just leave the excess at the rope maker. We are going to drop this trailer right here, and let's just park this tractor right here for now. Yep, hopping back in the old John Deere. We're going to go pick up the pallet of wood planks, and we'll just take that on the front of the fork loader. Or pallet fork. Gosh, I can't even speak right now. I don't even know what anything is. All right, we're gonna head up to the sawmill. We're gonna grab the pallet of wood planks. We will put it on this front loader, and we're just gonna carry it down to the playground on the front loader. We can run by this field and grab our trailer of wool on the way. And this should wrap up the second day of November. All right, there we go, 1,000 liters of planks. Let's go ahead and take this down to the lower farm. Hopefully the wood doesn't pop off of the pallet forks here. Here we go, taking a risky move coming down the hill. Oh my God. All right, we made it. All right, well, we got some extra wool. We are just gonna leave it here because that'll keep sucking itself into the rope maker there. And then we have 2,375 liters left over. We can take this back to the other spinnery by the farm and set it down there. No harm, no foul. Our bank account up to $43,752. Honestly, we really only need $200,000 in order to get that Tailor Shop. That is the next thing on the list. And I think after the Tailor Shop, we're going to focus on buying farmland so that we can have more cotton. Because I tell you what, putting that cotton in the spinneries and the rope maker is starting to produce way more product. So definitely a good idea to have as much cotton in there as you can, just to increase that production. All right, there we go. All the wool has been distributed across all of our platforms, so to speak. And I think that's all we have to do for the second day in November. In the next month of December, it's cultivating time. We have to look at red beets. It looks like grass would start growing again in March. Not enough time to have another harvest before we have to plant the red beets. Yeah, I mean, red beets will be planted in April. We can cultivate that field and just kind of let it sit. Same with sugar beets. Sugar beets are going to be planted in March. Looks like cotton's going to be planted in February. So only about 2 more months before we plant our cotton. That's pretty exciting. All right, time to sleep. Let's get into the month of December. Well, here it is. Winter is upon us, the month of December. It is a bright and sunny day. Unfortunately, all of the leaves have fallen off the trees and they're dead. Let's have a moment of silence now for the leaves that used to be on these trees. Okay, now back to business. It is December. We have work to do. So let's not waste any time dilly-dallying and crying over dead leaves. Let's get to work. All right, we got a lot of work to do here. We're taking our cultivator over to our fields. We've got to cultivate the sugar beet field. We're going to cultivate the cotton field. And we also have to cultivate our second cotton field. So we'll take the cultivator back over there. As soon as we're done with it over here, we're going to set the cultivator up first in the sugar beet field. Let's get that cultivated. And we're going to use a little help from our friends here to get this done. And take a look. It's Jeff. Jeff's going to help us out. I'm going to cultivate this field of sugar beets, and while that is being done, we are going to head over to Mount Kimchi, and we do have some work to do. Taking a look here, we've got a lot of pallets of kimchi, and we have one pallet of red beets sitting over there as well. So yeah, this preserved food factory is kicking out the product. Now we do have some extra spring onions over here. We have a pallet of garlic. We're going to sell that in January because the price will be better. But for right now, first things first, let's take the Napa cabbage that we have here. We're going to take it over to the preserved food factory. We're just going to put it inside there. Another thing we have to do here, we're going to have to put some more wood in the sawmill, and we're going to sell our long planks that are sitting over there. We also have to go visit the rope maker, and we're going to sell the rope that's over at the rope maker. Here we go. There is Napa cabbage going in, and I believe we have about 4 more pallets to put over here. We can use this little truck at some point. We do have some sugar at the sugar mill also that's ready to be sold, so we can take that sugar somewhere to be sold, wherever it's going to produce the highest amount of money for us. Boy, that's not sitting on there very well. That's all right. We're gonna give this a shot. There we go. Gosh, hopefully that stays on there. It's not very steady, but we're gonna give it a go here. Just gonna dump it over here. Don't fall off yet. Don't fall off. Oh, there we go. Bam. Perfect. 3 more pallets of Napa cabbage to do. Then we're going to grab our little red truck, and we're probably going to put the sugar in the little red truck, and we'll take that. I think the dairy plant is going to pay us the most for sugar right now. So we'll double check on the prices. Make sure it's a good time to sell the sugar, which I'm pretty sure it is. We'll take it up to the dairy plant with our little truck. Bank account now $43,219, and hopefully with the sale of the red beets, the sale of the sugar, the sale of the long planks, the sale of the rope, that bank account's going to creep up towards $100,000. And in the month of January, very, very exciting month, we get to sell all of our lettuce. I think kimchi is best sold in January, as well as also the spring onions and the garlic. We can dump those off. And I'm assuming with the sale of the lettuce that's going to happen in January, I mean, I'm assuming that we are going to have enough money to buy the Tailor Shop. That is the next thing on the list. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and lift these up. Perfect. Be very careful not to drop these. So put the Napa cabbage in there. We'll grab the sugar. We'll grab the beetroots. We'll grab the long planks. We got a lot of stuff to sell. Let's get to work.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer. Why are we so ashamed to be alive? Break the chains and our freedom's ours to take. Look behind your back. Chase a light when the world is getting darker. I have a dream where love's the only side. So take my hand, join the army of the shadows. Going harder, we are more than numbers. Standing in this shade. Going louder, we are all one color. Standing in their way.
All right, well, we have successfully cultivated both of our cotton fields and our sugar beet field. We did not cultivate the field for the red beets. We can do that next month if we determine that we're not going to plant some grass in that field or do another load of grass. And I feel like we already looked at that in a previous episode and determined that it is going to be red beets because there isn't time for another harvest of grass in that field. So we'll probably cultivate that field in January. We sold our preserved beetroot. We sold our sugar. I actually sold all of the little rice saplings that had been, storing up on the main farm. Sold the long planks, gosh, sold everything. Sold a couple pallets of rope. Our current bank account now $103,000, and that is awesome for this first day in December. We are going to return our cultivator. Our work here seems to be done in this first day of December. We really don't have anything else to do. In the month of January, we are going to have to sell all of our lettuce. Plus, I think January is a better time for us to sell our kimchi, which would give us a pretty good profit there. I think we have 5 cases of kimchi, 5 pallets up at the other farm. So I tell you what, we are going to take this tractor to the shop, do a couple minor repairs just to keep it intact. We filled up all the greenhouses with water. That was pretty exciting. No, it wasn't. Not gonna lie, I don't like doing that. I kind of wish there was an automated system to do that, but there isn't. So I think we're ready to sleep through to the second day of December. The only thing that we're gonna do in that second day of December is check for some contracts. If there's some big contracts out there, perhaps we can, make some money, some additional money. Wow, $4,166. That is a lot of money to repair this tractor. I feel like we just repaired it. And it's one thing about these voucher tractors, they are expensive to maintain. You really got to stay on top of it. So we're going to have to make sure every month we are maintaining our tractors. Let's just do a quick flyover here. We cultivated this sugar beet field. We still have to cultivate this red beet field over here. We have enough room over here for some wool. We cultivated our rice field, so that's going to be ready for next year. Jumping over here, we cultivated this cotton field. We also, the damage that was here in the middle seems to have repaired itself with our cultivation. Jumping up to Mount Kimchi, we sold all the sugar. Now one pallet has sort of spawned there, but we'll leave that there. We sold our beetroot things. We still have, gosh, look at all the kimchi. We have about 10 pallets of kimchi to sell. That's going to bring us a pretty penny in the month of January. We moved all of our Napa cabbage into the preserved food factory. We filled up the sawmill and we sold the wood, the long planks that were here. Now in the month of January, we are going to sell these spring onions and we are going to sell this garlic. Not going to bring us a huge amount of money, but it's going to be, you know, it's something. We cultivated this big cotton field, and this grass field is fertilized, ready to go. So second day of January is going to be coming up in the next episode, and I want to thank everybody for watching the videos. Thanks for all the love and support on the channel. Stay tuned. The next episode, we are going to move into the month of January. We are going to make an absolute crap ton of money, and we will be buying the Tailor Shop. That is our next goal, and it's coming up in the next episode. And once we buy the Tailor Shop, we are just going to be absolutely ripping and running here. We do want to buy more fields. Eventually, we want to get another small tractor to keep up at Mount Kimchi, or perhaps some sort of front loader. Yeah, this series is just, it's a lot of fun right now. So thanks for spending your time with me. Don't forget, subscribe, hit the bell note, hit the like button. You know what you got to do. Just go ahead and do it. The hell are you waiting for? And most importantly, thank you guys for letting me be a part of your day. It means a lot, and we are going to see you right back here in the next video.